this idea that Social Security could be cut by 20%. You see different numbers out there in the next 5 years, 10 years. Should I claim early? So people are really wondering, hey, if Social Security is not going to be the same as what it is today, if they're going to have to cut it, then should that change the strategy, in terms of how I apply, when I apply, and all of that? So what are y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think that's a totally fair question. I'm a believer, and again, we all are obviously experts at this, right? We all know what the government's going to do at every turn.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if there's going to be a change to it. We don't know what it is, but like something has to change. I'd be shocked if they didn't put like a grandfather in if you were born after this date. And then that would give you some more kind of runway to figure that out.
Yeah,
because it's a tough question.
Like,
so like,
hey, if you rushed and did it, you got lucky.
Yeah, like, sorry, I know you're 61. We're going to cut what we've been telling you for the past 40 years. Because people make plans on that for their whole lives. And so that would be kind of my hope that would lean towards. So no, don't just start it at 62 just because you hear some stuff. But also, I'm a big fan of starting it when you need it. Yeah. So if you need it at 62, take it at 62. If you don't, we'll talk about it every.
It's all part of planning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's some good facts for you. So Congress faces, there's a high risk of automatic reductions around 2032, 33 if Congress does not act. Okay, so this is out there. And they're suggesting potential 7 to 24% reduction. Okay, well, a couple of things I'll say on this. I mean, this is just probably not where we want to go here, but our drunk sailors in Washington, D.C. spend money left and right on the dumbest of things, right? The Congress that allows this to happen, that party in power will lose power and lose power big time. And this is my point. Like, we've been putting money in for so long. You talk about a revolution. People have been putting money in for their entire lives into FICA for the purpose of getting the Social Security benefit at some point promised to them. Our idiots are spending money on the dumbest of things, and if you look at the list of things we spend money on in our government, it's ridiculous. To have this be cut would be catastrophic to the party that's in power that lets it happen. And my point to that, I've been in this for a long time, and there's always the fear Social Security is going to fall apart. And I've heard this many times in my long time of doing this. I think like 2032, 33, number one, it probably will be kicked down the can. The can will be kicked down the road a little bit. I'd say when we get to that point, it's going to be like, 2040, it's going to run out. And when you get to 2040, it's going to be 2050, it's going to run out because they're going to find ways. Because, again, the number one thing they care about in Washington, D.C. is getting reelected. So, again, I don't think they're going to let this happen. We went to a conference Eli and I did a couple years ago, and somebody came up and was talking about this fear of Social Security running out and what the government can do to fix the problem. And he had a pretty nice little presentation of the little things they could do to extend Social Security as it is today, continue it on for 100+ years. Yeah. And they were minor things.
It's not as drastic as you would think.
No,
the
it's not.
Changes that they would have to make. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't be impactful,
right,
and impact
to
people,
something else. Yeah.
So I don't want to belittle it, but it's not as crazy as you would think it would be.
No.
To really kind of shore it up.
To fix it, yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, they can do whatever they think. I mean, they can get away with a lot, unfortunately, which is not a good thing. But I think it will be some kind of birth year age, after this. If you were born after this year, then you'll start to be impacted if they have to make certain cuts. If you were born prior to this year, you're not going to be impacted in the same way. And so if that's true, then trying to run out and do something real quick is not going to really change anything. Yeah. Right. And so you want to make sure you're still just being prudent, making the best decision for yourself. But I am a big believer. This whole idea of like everyone should wait till 70. Wait till 70.
Right.
It's like, I feel like if you get on the internet and you start looking, it's like, wait as long as possible. Yeah. And that's just not. That's just not true.
So many variables.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to file at full retirement age, or maybe even a little sooner, depending on when you retire and your total
and your health and all that stuff is a consideration. There's a break-even point at some point there. In other words, if you live to 90, you should have waited if you knew that up front.
I'm actually calling a client literally in an hour and 15 minutes to tell him he should go ahead and file for Social Security instead of waiting. Now he's at full retirement age,
right?
But instead of like continuing to wait, so.
These are good questions, but we have different answers for every client, right?
I mean, it is a very subjective question because, like you said, like health plays into it a ton.
Yeah.
Because the break-even point on most of the ones I look at is if you're going to live past 79, right, then start it at 70. But there's a lot of people that come in, they're like, I don't know.
There's a lot of
we definitely
a lot of people. I would say, I don't know what the age is, but I would say maybe 40 and younger that just don't expect Social Security to be there.
100%.
Sure.
And so when like we're having planning conversations, it's like, let's just assume it's not. If it is, like, then great, like we're going to be in a really good spot.
Yeah.
But let's just assume it's not there. I know that's kind of where I'm at. Like,
it's a shame because you guys are, the company's matching. We put in 7.5% of our pay into FICA. The company puts in 7.5%. 15% goes to that bucket that's supposed to support us later. And it's a shame to think that 40 and unders think it's not going to be there because they are. I'm saying you guys because you're under 40.
And it's not so much that I think it won't be. I think it's just
I know
with the time to plan for worst case. I think it's prudent and wise to maybe plan as
to just have that out. I don't disagree.
But if I'm being realistic, like I do think something will be there. It may look very different, but I don't know.
I hope they start the grandfathered age of 1971, born 1971, or
is that when you graduated high school?
Yes, Isaac. That's when I graduated high school. I was a savant. All right. I don't know how to spell that word.
Anyways, a lot of things to take into consideration, a lot of planning considerations. But our advice, it sounds like collectively we agree on. Hey, don't rush out and just say, I'm going to file as early as possible because I'm afraid certain things are going to change. Probably not the best decision.
All thoughts and opinions shared in this recording belong to the participants. This podcast is meant to inform and educate and should not be seen as solicitation or endorsement for business. The hosts of the Market Moment podcast are employees of Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC.